Hello. Happy weekend. And thank you so much for following yet another show from us. It's gonna be yet again the free portfolio resume review or art review. You can call it whatever. But tonight we'll be seeing like four portfolio at least. So thank you so much for you that's already sending in your portfolios. Beautiful works, but sadly we cannot fill in like everything like in one session, right? So I'm gonna keep like some of yours for our next show. So yeah, and thank you for you that's already here, Manoj. Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna start in a bit, just chilling and waiting. Maybe there will be more people joining us. We'll never know. But yeah. So hopefully you guys like have a good one. Yeah, I definitely have like an awesome Saturday at least, just chilling, relaxing. And I had like one more day before I go to work on Monday. So yeah. Let's enjoy the time as best as we can so we can keep it to the max. All right. Just another a reminder that if you want to support the stream, support the show, please go ahead and give us a follow. If you happen to be like on YouTube as well, you can give us a follow and like over there. Just to keep the algorithm rolling. And also don't forget to share this event. So hopefully this event can be running like every weekend or so. I'm trying to make it consistent, but with my schedules, sometimes I cannot manage to do it. So yeah. All right, cool. So tonight we have four. Well, originally I have like only three portfolios, but I managed to slip one in, which is coming from Manoj. So we're gonna see your work later, man, and I'm sure we're gonna have some good time looking at it. All right. So hopefully the what you call it, the sounds and everything is not too distracting while I'm talking. So if it's so, just let me know, and probably I can adjust like some of the settings. All right. Also, there's like a barcode over here, so you can scan that one and join our Discord. You can connect with your fellow artists and all like people in the industries and probably just starving artists like us. And I don't know, perhaps push a little bit something for the future, because networking is always something that you want. All right. Alrighty, then our first artwork. First artwork coming from Jason Ford. Jason from Eugene, United States. I'm gonna prep the portfolio so I can have it on my next window. So we'll see. Okay, so Jason is a co-founder in Team Quantum Games, a creative director, digital artist, basically. And from the message that he told me that what you call it, how like what kind of like strength that he needs to push more into his portfolio, and we're gonna talk about that when it comes to the insights and preparations. But before we start, I just want to give you like a constant reminder regarding like putting your artwork out there and potentially like separate it. You need to be able to give a distinct separation between your professional shows and just a showcase in general, right? So, like a showcase, it's a website or service or place where you can like upload as many as artworks as you can. Like there's a lot of like examples out there. Maybe you can use like ArtStation, or you can use Instagram, so or Behance, so whatever you like. So, or maybe your daily updates, your process, everything. So you can dump almost everything there. Even though you need to have some consideration of like what kind of artworks that you want to push, but the limitation is, close to none. So it's much more broader. But if you want to use your artwork or just to compile an artwork that you're going to be using for, like, let's say job application or like professional showcase, you might want to tone it down a little bit and you just select like only the best artworks is there, rather than putting everything to and confuse the viewers, right? So again, that's going to be my constant reminder. Every show probably I'm going to keep mentioning that again and again, because a lot of people making that mistakes, and I'm here and I've been there, I've made that mistakes, just to give you a reminder that being professional is just like that, so when to show your things, right? Okay, so Jason Ford, let's see. All right, here we go. So hopefully you guys can see this one. And we have like tons of portfolio here, and I think we can categorize, like the one that I said before, that we can categorize this as a showcase rather than a portfolio show. Because if you want this to for your professional or like applying to like jobs or clients, this is not the best way to show it. So you need to be able to select your most best results. All right. And yeah, hey Lack, welcome. All right, we'll see now. On this matters as well, you might want to mention something, right? If you want to apply for like some specific positions, for example, you need to be able to categorize yourself. What kind of artist are you? You need to tell them that. You need to tell the recruiters that, or like your audience just that. If you're good at like making characters, for example, or maybe you want to push something towards that, then you fill all your showcase with that, so people know better. But that doesn't make it like wrong if you want to showcase yourself as a generalist, But you need to be able to, to tone it down. You need to make sure that your artwork have like the similar quality control, so to say. So if you good at like doing cartoons, like push it rather than mixing it up, being good at none, right? So jack of all trades is okay, but when it comes to specialization, you might want to push it. All right, and hi everyone, thank you for joining us. So that aside, let's go jump into the showcase from Jason Ford. I'm gonna start like from the first artwork here. It's a concepts and illustration. Right, hopefully you guys can see this, and yeah, of course, okay, so Jason Ford is Killer Bunny. Thanks for being here, man. So let's go start with this, right? I'm not gonna be judging about like how you do the art or your artwork in general, because ultimately this is your result. You're the one that can measure, am I good enough or not? Okay, because just like everyone else, you will be comparing your arts with like everything out there, right? You might want to be unique, because you yourself as an artist, you might want to be able to give something that people can enjoy, that have your identity, so to say. So you don't want to be as general as possible when it comes to your result. Of course, like you have like rule of thumbs. I mean, shape is shape, right? Like when you draw a box, it's a box. When you draw a triangle, and so forth. So that, all right. So right now, let's delve into this. This is quite interesting. Quite interesting. I mean, the thought process of this one. I mean, like that kind of like spaceship. A dude like standing there. Composition is good. Not gonna lie. So, but you might want to follow, a little bit of like rule, right? So let me just open my Photoshop, right, so I can help out a little bit, and I can show you what do I mean about that. Just chill. It took a while. See, it's like loading time and everything. So. Alright, cool, click. I don't need this. Let me just open. Okay, which file should I use? I'm going to use my functional concept art files. There we go. Cool. Then I will go back to Jason's drawing, and I'm gonna grab my snipping tool so I can take this. Right? Cool. There we go. Ta-da! All right. So hopefully it works, and hopefully you guys can see this as well. Let me just grab my brush and see if I can draw on top of it. All right, cool. So you know the grid systems, right? When you put like a composition, you might want to follow that, and because that will help you. It will help you. It will help the the viewer to guide the viewer's vision when they start to enjoy your artwork, right? So let's divide this. All right. So this is really, really helpful if you want to start to do things, and you might want to start using this kind of guides like in every presentation that you have. Doesn't matter if it's like a photography or just like a drawing. You might want to place things in the right corners, for example. So because we have like these spots, right? And then what's beautiful with this is we can also divide the smaller one and have their own point of interest. So play with that. Take it into your consideration. So for example, if this guy located over here, for example, so it can guide your viewer's vision a little bit more better, because well, this is going to be the first thing that they see, right? And then they can enjoy that. Oh, so this is some techno Mayan guy that actually doing something. Sorry if I'm butchering that. But yeah, Jason, basically that, right? And then later the viewer will be guided like over here, like what happened in this corner. Probably like put the ship here, so that's going to be their second one, right? And then after that, maybe they will find something over here. I don't know, something, probably a ship that haven't landed yet, right? So that will give them like a storyline that they can follow. So that's the thing, Hopefully it helps. I might be wrong, but when I'm doing my stuff, usually I'm using these guidelines because hey, it's free. It's been it's been working since I don't know when, back in the day. I mean, use the formula, right? So yeah. All right. So that's like my only comment about the the presentation. Okay. So the next one, I'm going to remove this and I'm just going to open a new layer, right? When it comes to things, Jason, you might want to be careful, right? Be careful about like shape. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you can do better, right? If there's like a shape in it, or like, I don't know, some hand or something, Like, do it. You know, like make sure we have those shapes, right? So, it's your artwork. Don't be a cheapskate. I know it's a concept, but you might want to do things properly, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and again, I'm not here to bash stuff. I just want to make sure that you actually put your effort into it. Because in the end, it's your artwork, and you want people to be able to enjoy that, right? So do it. Like make sure you have like good lines, right? Outlines. Just I don't know, put some effort to like add more things in it. Why not? I mean, if you create like a cabling system or something, I mean, like make spend some time to add like stuff, because your shape study is amazing, right? You have a good one. Not gonna lie when it comes to this, right? But still, angles, right? Like here, you have an angle like this. This is your perspective line, right? But your leg, like your foot, it's off perspective. So I don't know. Be consistent. Follow the perspective, right? By following the perspective itself, I mean, it will greatly help shape up your things. You know what I mean? So I think it's about time to consider things like that, right? And then also when you're using like those vanishing lines, for example, just do it. No, it will help you. Trust me, 100%. All right, cool. So I will not be taking too long on this. All right, let's go back to Jason's work on this one, and a concept to go along with the novel that Jason himself like started writing. So seems like a good novel with this kind of background. Good stuff. And look at this, right? This is interesting because well, it's kind of following the grid rules, right? Guide the view into the meteor impact. So this is nice. Nice presentation, but again, shape-wise, angle, make sure that you do it correctly. Because I know you're not doing this like in one go. You must be started with the dragon and then like at the woman over there and then like the crater and so forth. But make sure you spend enough time to actually shape it. Because well, this kind of presentation, we call it a render, right? So you want to render it a little bit more, better, so to say. This one is okay. This one is good, like really good. The grid, if you can see, it's here. But the dead bird thingy, probably you can push it a little bit, maybe like over here, like around the leg area. So I don't know, it fills the frame properly. Right? Again, shapes. You have like a really good cartoony style in here. Okay, and then this is like your drawing on top of like a 3D game. Spell break. So basically you're testing the air over there. So yeah, this is a good example. But if you want to do like something like this, basically like a draw over, make sure you adjust the quality of your model as well. Make sure that it's kind of fit the ambiance, the lighting. So you might want to simulate that better. Like for example, the contrast of the dragon is a little bit much more better than the game itself. So you might want to balance it out. All right. So hope that helps. But if you have like questions, just type it in. And like guys, like if you have questions as well, you go ahead. We're gonna do it bit by bit. All right. So let's go back and see what else. Okay. Cool. This is quite interesting. I probably not going to look at everything, Jason, but hopefully you can grab like some of the tips that I will be giving like along the way. And this is very interesting. I like it from the thumbnail of it. Okay. So about thumbnail. Now we're talking about before I forgot. Make sure you use like a good thumbnails that can be have a little bit of a theme to it. So you have consistency on your thumbnail. Probably I don't know, frame it out, and make it like yours, or give your logo or signatures on the thumbnail. So yeah, do it. This is again, like, this is my input. A lot of like people make it like a lot of a confusing, because this is make things a lot confusing, right? It's different. It has like a different vibe. So by having those framings, for example, or like boxing things, making things a little bit more similar, it's going to help by a little bit. So it doesn't matter what's inside it, since you have the control of it, then the viewer is going to enjoy it nonetheless. And after that, try to be consistent with your work. Stick to the theme. So if right now you're presenting sci-fi, let it be sci-fi. Okay, it's gonna be really hard to mix things, from sci-fi and then to fantasy or like western. It's really hard, especially for consistency wise. When a recruiter look at your work, they're going to be not confused. Confused is a bad word, but a little bit distracted with one or your other works. So make sure you have like a theme that you set over there. Make it easy for your viewer. That's what I'm saying. So yeah. Yep, and you have like a lot of good examples here, and your style, man, like your cartoon style is on the spot. You might want to push it a little bit, because if you focus on the cartoony style and you keep doing it and make it better and better and better, I think you're gonna nail it. I don't know, my personal feelings. It doesn't reflect everything. It's just from what I'm seeing right now. If you stick to what you are good at, damn, it's gonna be awesome. All right, let's go with the book illustration. I wrote a fantasy novel from my child. These are the few illustrations from the book. All right, so this is nice. You have like a sketchbook background, and then like put all of this like analog stuff on top of it. This is like a good presentation, but still, sorry, like I always have a but on anything. When it comes to this, you might want to blend it a little bit, because right now you already have like a good illustration. I don't know if you utilize the layer blendings, for example, like if you utilize the overlay or you use multiply to make it like much more, I don't know, detailed, right? To simulate something. This is like the example, like this one, right? Like I'm using this. And I'm using this. See, I utilized the layer on this, and if you can check, I don't know if you guys can see it in the, but no, I don't think you can. But I'm using like an overlay layer to emulate the pencils, strokes, the dirts, and everything. So later, when I draw using my pencil brush, for example, I can get like some kind of an emulation that, a little bit believable, right? And all of these can be very helpful, right? So use that, make sure that your work is related to what you are showing. All right, cool. You don't know what blending is and not sure how to use the overlay. All right, cool. Let me show you. Let's see if I made an artwork. Okay, the line effect with the distortion in it is just like my brush. So I have a customized brush that I made, and I emulate a pencil right now. So look at that, like I make it like myself, like in Photoshop, in Clip Studio Paint or Krita, you can do so. So that's what I did. All right, when it comes to layers, this is what I'm using. So when I put my background here, so basically all my borders in here, I put my background below, so that's the paper, right? And then on top of it, like usually, I can set my layer blend to, see, you see the effect is changing.
when I change it to dissolve, multiply, lighten, screen color dodge, overlay. So really, really different. So you can play around with it. All right, so that's the tip. All right, so hopefully that helps. Cool. Now let's get back to your artwork. So this can be a little bit much more better. Trust me. Try it later. Play around with the layer blending. It'll be awesome. It's a life changer. All right, but yep, this is good. Oh, this reminds me of that Beast guy from Disney. Nice. Ooh. This is great. Now, this is me being nitpicky. You might want to fix, of course. When it comes to placements and blah blah blah. But your overall presentation is nice. But I don't think you want this in your professional portfolio because, well, this is personal, right? And it's just also like something that you probably at that time you're not taking. I mean, of course you're serious about doing this, but you're not taking it too seriously. You just because it's personal project, it's just light. So some controls are not there. Meanwhile, if you want to show this for professional work, you need to have a lot of controls in your drawing. So yeah, hope that helps. Oh, those are your kids. They're in the book. Awesome. Yep. Only shape practice left. All right, cool, cool. Oh my god, this is awesome. Again, thank you, Jason, for sharing this with us. Cool, cool, cool. Now, let's see this like another example, like all my old stuff, for example. So, right now, your portfolio or like your showcase feels like an art dump to me. Like where this is where you'd like dump all your work and just doesn't even care about it. Feels like that. Doesn't mean it to be like that, but it feels like that from the, let's say, a viewer perspective. So you might want to categorize things. But later, if you want this to be your art dump, it's fine. You go ahead. But if you going to do this for like professional later, don't use this. Just a friendly reminder. Oh man, you got like a good stuff. All right. Ooh, your isometric game's good. I like this. Yep. Look at these sketches. Nice. Do you feel that? I don't know if you feel this, right? If you see this, there is a lot of your sketches is actually what much more defined than your final artworks. But again, that's just me. I feel like that. Just look at these, like all the defined line and stuff. Like you're serious about this one when you're making the sketches. So I don't know. You might want to continue doing that later in your final artwork. Look at these ladybugs. I mean, it's defined. It got like a good outlines and everything. Look at this dragons or something. It's there. Like even up to the mecha, it was. Look at this. This I don't know. You need to push better your results. So an input from me, you don't want to show things that not finished later. All right, make sure it's finished. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I know what you feel. Like seriously, when it comes to that, because I think everyone been in that position as well. So you you cannot compare yourself with like other people because you is you, and that's what's beautiful about like being an artist. And like, or like, we call ourselves an artist. I don't know, but we make artworks, right? So yeah, we're an artist. But you don't have to be afraid about like other people's doing better than you, because you're unique. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So everyone have like, it's very subjective. So that's why you need to have a middle ground. What is the middle ground? Well, the middle ground is properness. So let's say back to the things that supposed to be proper. And what's that? Shapes. Like, because again, doesn't matter. Shape is shape. A circle is a circle, A rectangle is a rectangle. So if you do that correctly, from every single point of view is going to be correct. Like, all of like other things is just additional, right? So again, let me show you an example. All right, let me delete this one. So let's say we want to create like a head, right? Okay, what's the shape? Okay, we use a circle for this one, and then what else? Probably we will put like some thingy here, just play around with the 3D shapes of it. Okay, we got it, and then we give it a neck, and then this is like a what? I don't know what you call it. It's like a cylinder, right? A cylinder thing. So it's there. Okay. So basically, shape is a shape, right? And now using all these three shapes, I create like a head with the neck, right? Or probably I will try to find like put a circle in there. Again, I will define the circle. Okay, make it sure. Now we have something. Okay, common. Doesn't have any faces. Like everything else is just additional. So that's on you. So that's when you come in as an artist and be creative about what you want to create. Because right now, let's say I can even roll with eyes like this, right? And it's still something. It's an eye. We can agree that we have two eyes there. And then if I switch it into like something more, I don't know, refined, for example. You know what I mean? It's still the eye. The only difference is like, well, it looks different, but that's it. It's you who the one that have controls over it. And then after that, maybe you want to add like some little nitpicky things. Oh, I want like a headband. Yeah, you put it. You add a headband to it. Oh, maybe the headband like have like a feather into it. Like you put it there. So again, use that because everyone will be different. So never look at like people who does like better and like be like, oh, I need to be like that. No, but you can learn from other people. Well, they're doing it that way, and then you can use it as a reference and like inject it to your work. Because I don't know, I probably not come with like drawing a vetter like that. Maybe because of I don't know how many times I watch something or like read something, and then I came up with that because it's a muscle memory. So yeah. But again, when it comes to the shape is always right. It's never different. Again, right? It's always a circle, it's always a square. So stick by it. All right. So hopefully that helps, and maybe before we continue, we can have a look at another one. All right. This reminds me of Mignola's work, Hellboy. When it comes to the composition, like the shapes and everything, and I'm a big fan of Mr. Mignola. Shout out. But the presentation is nice. There's nothing I want to be add. I wish, because you have like final artwork here, you might want to include your process. For example, when this image is only like a sketch, right? Or when this image is only like a line art or something like that. Give it a bit of a process. Like take your viewer on a journey with you when it comes, showing your artwork. That's what you want to do, guys. Like this is like everyone. Because if you want to create like a proper portfolio, you might want to give them a little bit of explanation on how you actually reach, and in the portfolio we call it a breakdown, right? So you want to break down your work so people will understand, oh, okay, I will be hiring this person because This person is tackling this problem with his way, and they show us the way because ultimately that's what they want. They want problem solver when they hire you, especially. They're not simply hiring like, oh, this person got like the best art station like in the world. No, it's not that. Companies, right? Production, we have problems, and well, you're the problem solver. That's why you get hired. That's why they pay you month by month. So yeah, okay. So there we go. Those are from Jason Ford. So please give like a follow. So I'm gonna drag it like here. So this is the art, Jason's art station. So go ahead. I'm gonna give him a follow right now. So whoop, there we go. Cool. Whew. How about it? Again, thank you to everyone that just arrived or just stop by and watching us and hanging with us. Appreciate your time. I feel really, really blessed with all of these people sharing their artwork with me. Like I'm just nothing, but when it comes to this, at least I've been doing some things for a while now, and hopefully every single bits that I'm sharing with you guys is helpful. So yeah. All right. So the next one is going to be Manoj. Yes, yes, sir. Please do that because you got potential, and you're always welcome in this place. You know, come like whenever I stream or just hang out with us, like update us with your new work. I'll be happy to see it. I'll be happy to share it as well with like other people. So please let us know. All right. So probably this place can be like a haven for all of you, and just like looking to connect and just looking for ideas, inspiration. So hopefully you guys can help each other as well when it comes to stuff. We only human. We cannot walk alone. Oh yes, I know who you are, Sahib. I know who you are. You artist in your own way. Trust me. And you're wonderful, man. All right, cool. So the next one is Manoj. Manoj Ravish. Hopefully I'm not butchering your name, man. we He got like a really really good portfolio from what I'm saying. At least it's on point. It's just he tried to show the points that he wants to sell, so to say. And this is like a really really good, what you call it, what really really good examples when it comes to professional portfolio. You just on point telling the recruiters or like the people that you want to see, you want to to connect with, the point that you're making. All right, cool. So let's go. Ta-da! So Manoj is a senior 3D environment artist, technical artist, looking for opportunity. So if you happen to be like looking at Manoj's work, you might want to, get in touch with this guy. Why not, right? You'll never know. Because we're about to delve into Manoj's work. We have environment art. See, like this is what I'm talking about thumbnailing. Give it like theme. Give it something that we can relate of, like different results, like different things that Manoj is, what you call it, like showing, but you have like similar theme. So this is nice because, well, now we're familiar with things. All right, and then everything is just clear, like environment art, foliage and vegetation, and like a ship titles work. This was like a 3D scans. Oh my god, this is crazy. Like I ain't touching this. Like weapons, for example. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Mo. Hopefully it will help. Like, again, don't forget, I made a lot of mistakes as well, and still, so if you not agree with me, don't worry, it'll be fine, you know. All right, let's check the environment art. Ooh, see, thumbnailing, guys, good examples. Manoj, you did a great job here. Everything is titled, right? It's make it easy. Everything is similar with all the titles like put in the right place there. So it's not only the result itself, but also, giving, the feelings a little bit more on point, so to say, right? So let's go. Look at this. I think this one is just, the full preview of things, and then this we have like all the technical breakdowns, the model, because I mean if Manoj is about to like break it down in one single post, I think the internet will explode, right? So do it like that. If you have like a lot of things that you want to break down, then separate it like this. Still, again, Manoj, when it comes to this, you might want to tone it down a little bit. Make sure that some similar things can be like put together, right? So you don't waste too many spaces, so to say, because again, when it comes to like recruiters or like people that wants to hire you, they only have like what, 5 minutes is best, to check all your portfolio. And trust me, I've done a lot of like portfolio reviews, right? And you've been in one of my portfolio reviews as well. Oh my god, imagine you guys are wonderful enough to send us what, 300 portfolios, god damn. And I have to choose what, six? You know what I mean? And I need to be able to, be fair to everyone and see all 300. But I don't have the energy, not gonna lie. And I'm not even a recruiter. Imagine if it's a recruiter, right? So, just keep it in mind. But let's go look at this. Farasia, the seven sorcerer town. Oh my god, with stories and everything as well. Reference for the project mainly come from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have photo scanned the leaves, flowers near my house for the foliage. The grass and foliage I use Atlas scans from VAB. Smart. My god. It's a story. It's always good to lit with the story. But again, if this is like your own personal showcase, this is fine. I enjoyed it, right? But if this is for work, get to the point. What you want, show them. All right? If you want them your skills in like doing technical stuff, go with that. All right? Result, breakdown, breakdown, breakdown. That's it. Because that's what you want. That's what they want. Not like, reading more. But for a showcase, this is perfect. Look at this, like the cinematic trailers. I'm gonna skip the cinematic trailers for now, man. Sorry about that. But look at this, all of this properness. My god, like the use of assets, composition, a lot of repetition, but because of the placements, you manage to, fake it. And that's a great job. Awesome. Might want to be careful with like, when it comes to grasses as well, because well, it's cards, or if it's a mesh, even you're still going to have like a lot of like repetition on that one. So experiment more with like placements, rotations, angles, and stuff like that. So it will help. Trust me. Now look at this. My God, you infuse every elements in here. Kind of like it. But you can see right in a clump of grass, you can see like a lot of like those repetition feels, and you want to break it down more. And usually in the industry, people will try to use. Sometimes we call it like a distraction nodes. Some trashes like rocks here and there. So you might want to play around with that. So you want to distract the vision while keeping it consistent, right? Imagine if you play a game and you keep seeing the same thing again and again and again, it'll be like, what? I'm lost. And you don't want that. You know what I mean, right? Look at this. Like if you play around with the maybe just skew the shape of the roofs a little bit between houses. Maybe it can be something. But if you need to be careful about like blowing it up as well, making it bigger, for example, because well, the texture resolution, mesh resolution, blah blah blah. Be careful. And avoid putting things in like, in this kind of way. Of course, it's clean and all, but it's very seldom that people are really clean when it comes to putting stuff. So yeah, a lot of like tools that can help you. For example, there is a lot of like plugins for Unreal or I don't know for Unity or that can help you scatter your props a little bit more better. Use that to your advantage. That can help a lot. So that's that. This is a good shot. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this flyby. Proper. Good water shader. Fog. Yep. Nice. It's beautiful. Good work, Manoj. All right. And again, back to the intention of the showcase itself. It's just if it's just a showcase, it's okay to have long scrolling stuff. But again, time saving when it comes to, the other one. All right. Thank you for showing this. All right, cool. And then that's the whole like what you call it like whole preview of the project. And that's like really really good, right? And then we goes into the breakdown. I want to see this one. The hero props. Spreadsheet like this is good. Good work. Like guys, if you happen to produce like, assets, right? Like props and stuff like that. Like get used to make spreadsheets like spreads like this. It helps a lot. Right? Not enough like people doing this. Like I keep telling this to my students as well to get used to doing this because it will potentially make things a little bit more easier, especially when it comes to cataloging your stuff. And aside from that, of course, we have like naming conventions, blah blah blah. But when it comes to visual presentation, this one is good. And the use of this for size reference, I appreciate it. That's correct. You can use whatever, but add like some size references to the items that you are actually making. Make people a little bit easier. Maybe you're doing this for a studio work, and you will help out like all the other people, like the game designers or whatever, that level designers, to help to make them work a little bit easier, right? And also, if you happen to sell these arts, for example, like just selling it as a props pack or asset pack, it will help the people that will buy it from you. Make other people life easier. Well, that should be our first goal. Because well, all right, cool. So yep, breakdown of everything. It's good. Right. Now we have a technical breakdown of things. Yes. All right. This is very thematic. I appreciate it. Really nice. You have an index in here. Really proper. I like it. So this is, to the point. So I can dig this one. Like you have the level design, the flow. My God. Okay, you have step by steps as well. Okay. The only thing, I mean, like, this is a really good presentation, Manoj. The only thing that I'm not agree with, again, this is personal, is this, what you call it, font, man. Like, you might want to use like a font that can be easily readable. Again, like, thinking about like other people, make it easier for others. You know, not everybody can, can read stuff. I mean, like, sometimes like I got like some things myself when I get confused when looking at fonts, like, what? But again, that's from my point of view. And might want to, check for some typos before you put things, if it's to be global, and edit it, not glowable. And again, that's nitpicky, but it's a point that you might want to aware of, later. Ooh, nice. I wish all my students do these sheets. So, hey, students, I mean, if you happen to see this show, or like, for the recording of it later, hey, look at this. Oh, the shaders for the rock. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. This is really, really good presentation when it comes to technical side of it. And one more thing, Manoj, that I can probably offer you. So later on, you can do it like this, or if you want to save space, right? So you don't make like people scroll it. You can make like a reel, like a video reel, and tell them like what's what, and that's it. Just go to the point when it comes about don't repeat things that that's already there. Just keep it easy, make it easy, make it simple, right? Because all of this like is beautiful. You have like all the reels showing it, so why not just put it in a video and just like people click using it in one click and enjoy it. Throw like a good music on top of it and they will understand better, right? And what's good about video, it can be paused. And if you want to see more details, you can always pause the video. So, I don't know. Just a thought. My God. You did a lot of work on this one. You even got like a Gaia. And, oh, nice, nice. All right. Cool. But again, at least I'm not defending myself. It's a lot of scroll. But I mean, like if you for a showcase. Ah. Cool. All right. So that's the one from Farasia. Let's see, like all of things we already like put there, and I want to see the ship titles. Oh, man, has been working a lot of like assets, like good-looking assets. This is good. Like everything have like what you call it, like a perfect titling. What kind of stuff, and then this. Always put. Of course, this is a really good. So, okay, guys, this is really, really good previews. So if you create an asset and you do previews like this, it's Gucci because you're separating the main product with the backgrounds and everything while still utilizing the background as the, as the support. All right, no clutterings, no nothing. It's just focus on the main subject. Try to use this. Doesn't matter if you do like a 3D render, for example, or like a drawing. Try to do it like that. Make it easier, right? See, Like it's very clean. It's good enough. It got the titles on the left. Probably you can put it into like your own titles, like oh something, and then your icons or your signature over your name. So this is like a right way to showcase something, and you might want to follow this kind of like recipes in the future. See, it's really clean. It's really simple, and it's on point. So yeah, a lot of repetitions again, like the way of do it. But overall, if you want to see more, visit this profile and check. And uh, for like other as well. See, like the same formula for almost everything. Like the contrast of the object and and the background is just helping each other, right? So you might want to go like that in your presentation, right? Because it will help. And I will show you something as well to practice it a little bit. So let's say we have something. Let's try with our background, right? Oh, we have like a background, then maybe we're gonna do this, right? We have the background, and let's see if I can do this. Like, right? Do it like that, right? Prepare your background, just like this. And then you have your foreground. Maybe you create something on top of it. I don't know, something with like an okay contrast. I'm gonna create like a silhouette of a guy here, right? The devil. Okay, and then if the contrast of this object that you're presenting is actually, you know, different with the background, it will help. It will help your silhouette by a lot. And then after that you start rendering your work afterwards. So probably you're going to start giving it like a little bit more detail that can help your work along the way. So why not, right? Yeah, you see what I mean? So play around with the background. Make sure that the background is actually supporting whatever you're trying to preview. All right? Cool. Sorry about that. Let's get back to Manoj's work. Like I tend to like jump here and there, especially when I remember something. And this is a thing that I'm a little bit more interested with. Okay, using Marmoset, I see. It's really, really nice. This is a really good presentation. The background is like actually complementing the foreground. The design of the weapon is like really nice. Okay, it's from a concept art from Sergey Zimmer. Shout out to Mr. Zimmer. Look at this. Yep, again a turntable is nice. A close up. See, like this one for example. I know you want to show that the what you call it that the item can blend with the environment, or game or real world whatnot. But I don't think I prefer that. I mean, if I want to review, I just want to review the entirety of the model, like how detailed the model is, or the shape of the model, the language of the model. So right now, like I feel a little bit distracted because well, the background is better. For example, I'm not saying that this is the case, but imagine if the background is actually better than what you are making. It's just going to kill your result. You don't want that. So remove the doubt, remove all the doubts. Just go with your stuff. right? Like this frame, for example. Like that doors in the back is just distracting me. Meanwhile, the lighting, instead of like thinking of like what kind of background that you're using, I think it's better if you, I don't know, adjust the angles of the lights. That probably can highlight your, the sides of your products a little bit better. Right? So, just a thought. Like this. There is nothing. There's nothing to distract me on the background, and I can focus on the table quality, the ashtray, and blah blah blah. And the caustic can use a little bit more work. But hey, I'm just nitpicky. Sorry about that. I know you can do better. Yeah, like ashes on the table. I don't know if this ashes probably is like a, what you call it, like gunpowder. Like, be careful about this thing. It needs to be known, like what kind of item in the top and what kind of item down there, and the blending of it. Well, the shading is not there. So be careful with close-ups. You need to be careful because what you call it, when it comes to close-ups, well, the real thing is people can see it up close. So yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I understand. Like, I'm kind of guessing it as well that this work is because it's really really different from the latest one that you've been doing, for example. So I don't know. I'm just saying it, so hopefully it can be like a reminder for like the rest of us as well, myself included. I love this. I love how when artists show their low poly, like their details, poly counts, and how they put their faces. This is like a good point of references. So when I browse around, usually I take a look at those, and I don't know, just keeping a mental note for myself. Sometimes just putting it on my sketchbook and follow what people been doing. Like, oh, so that's how they create like the cylinders and make it work. Blah blah blah. So yeah, amazing. There we go. All right. And also mention the one that's actually maybe modeling or designing it and blah blah blah. So that's respect, and that's what. All right. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break before we jump into like the next one. How about you guys? Feels okay? Sorry, it's been like a couple of like slow weeks before this, so I can only manage to do this again, and hopefully, you know, I can do this in the future a little bit more better. Thank you so much for your support, and don't forget to give me a follow, either here on Twitch or probably on YouTube later, just to keep the algorithm running. And also don't forget to mention this event to like your friends, families, probably just people in general that might need some help or just want to hang out and discuss their work. So why not? Because we cannot do all of this by ourselves. We always need people to help us out, and this is why I actually running this kind of show. And I make it like free for all. Why? Because I'm I'm not gonna be here without like other people help basically. And I don't know, we've been working in like the game industry for what, like 20 years and more, 20 years plus now. I don't think I can survive all that thing without like other people guidance, without people, trashing my work and just be very critical about like, oh Priya, that's ugly, you need to fix that. Like I need that because again, I'm an artist. I got tons of egos. I can Whenever I saw myself in the mirror, I'd be like, "Ooh, damn, who's that good looking guy?" So, that's the problem with me. I need someone who's like, hey, you look like a little bit today, those kind of nudges. So yeah, So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so just want to remind you guys that we have the Discord server that you can join. Maybe just hang around and I don't know, connect with like other artists all over the world, and networking. Because it's nothing actually without networking. And while we're taking a break, I just wanna tell you a little bit about the situation right now because currently I'm located in Sweden, right? In Sweden, well, we have a lot of like companies, right? Game companies. We get Dice. We got like a lot, tons more. Seriously, but right now the industry is a little bit, ooh, like condition. It's like let's say it's not. It's unlike 5 years ago, because 5 years ago it was lit. It was hype. Everybody's working. Everybody's producing, and right now it's just okay. Times are tough. Times are tough, but that doesn't mean that we cannot. Oh, I mean, like we can say, that we're not gonna make it. No, we cannot do that because, well, without you keep pushing what you are doing, then it means there's nothing that you're gonna get in the end, and that's what you want, right? What you guys want is actually living the dream later. Get those dream jobs, not dream jobs. That's something from a fairy tales, I say. But the job that you can enjoy doing. So you guys need to keep pushing and stop like feeling small, honestly. Because I've been in that place before, in the situation that I've been, just without nothing for what, maybe 2 years or something like that. I keep sending in like application, like, oh, hire me. And nope, I get hired. It's shit. But it is what it is. And I'm on the side, like I've been doing a lot of like side jobs as well. Hauling thing. And, just try to get me and my kids, my families, fed, roof. That's it. But never back down, because I mean, get to know people. There's a lot of people in the same boat with us, and by just swapping stories, or probably just starting something together, create opportunities for other people. Maybe that's something that you have to do if you cannot find something for yourself. I don't know, you'll never know. Like, life is funny that way. So more power to you. Just be thankful about like you can do whatever you do right now. Not everybody can be an artist like y'all. So be be grateful of that. You can only get better. But if you stay still and not doing nothing, then you're not gonna be anything. So keep pushing, and keep asking for or like other people's opinion. Your friends, your family, randoms. Just show them, hey, what do you think about like my drawing? It's like, and then like there's some random dude be like, oh, it sucked. Let it be, and then ask him like why it sucked. Hopefully he will help you with like some answer. But like, oh, I don't know, I don't like the trees. The trees looks ugly. Oh, why it's ugly? Oh, because this, because that. So everything's like interconnected. So enjoy your life. All right. See, now I'm like getting weepy and everything, but not gonna lie, I'm wishing the best for all of y'all. Precisely, Manoj. Like, just don't give up. Just don't give up. And networking is everything. I thank you all too. And okay, so the next one, we have a portfolio from Ty Porter. All right. I don't know if Ty is here, but well, he draws. Yeah, man, like life of ice. I feel like Dr. Phil today. Oh man, like you, I don't know, you won't or you will believe it. When it comes to being through this kind of things. I mean, it's real. It's real. I mean, there are times, and most of the times, I know I'm okay with doing things. I know I'm good at doing my things. This is about me, okay? But I never thought, like, even once that I'm the best out there. Never. Like, seriously. But I know for sure if I get, like, something that I need to do given to me, I will make sure that I do that. as best as I can. I know that about me, that much. So I think I'm always like defending myself like that when it comes to like work. So if one doesn't want my work, then probably something else. Because the world's a big place. I mean, I came from Indonesia. I mean, like I live in Indonesia for a long time, but to be able to hustle in this thing, I have to jump all over the place. Like seriously, where the work's at, I go. And now if it happens to be in South Africa, I fly. Like I don't know, just hitchhike on a boat. I did that once, like just go to the port and just find out like what kind of boats is actually heading to like the place that I want to go, and I just like talk to the captain and blah blah. Oh, dude, I helping out. I'll be like I don't know, cook, whatever. Sadly, been there, So yeah, so the hustle is real. But like sometimes it's just too crazy. I mean, got a job once, and now I'm just telling a story about myself. I got a job once, and then when I went there and I'm work with them like for like a month, company bankrupted just like that. Like I'm in a strange country, like never been there, got no one there, and now I don't have no money, and I cannot go home. So I just stuck, foreign land. Should I surrender? So like whatever the immigration, the police be like, click click and just send me back home. Like nah, man. Like I did what I need to do. So I don't know, take whatever jobs available, like shark diving, for example. Like I don't give a fuck, just do it. Like I cannot swim for shit, but I can dive okay. You breathe. So whatever. Okay. But enough for life story. Let's go. Thai Porter. Ta-da! Okay, so Thai Porter is a designer of marvels, terror, and the familiar. Seeking work. All right, so basically he did a lot, but again, when it comes to the sorry about that, thumbnails, you might want to work the thumbnails a little bit more better. Act like, be like Manoj. That's what I'm saying right now, in your own way, of course. But yeah, let's see. So we have like the drawings, and then we have the weapon, we have the render, we have icons, and we have like a sketch, like a turnaround. And I don't know, we have like some characters from a project and like a Drake. Okay, let's go with this one, a Plains Drake. Okay, so surprising. What's this? Like a photo bash? Or I don't know, probably just this is nice drawing. Angle can use a bit of work. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but yeah, definitely. Angles can use a little bit of work. This one, we call it the character sheet. This is a really nice breakdown as well. And like the turnarounds that we have like the drawings from the side, and we have drawings from the back, from the front. So this is really nice. What you call it, like reference for like 3D models to work with their modelings, for example. So yeah, this is really nice. And all these small fun descriptions is something that we used to like put it to make the modeler's life a little bit more easier. So like this kind of description, like here, like the paw bends here and bears weight. That's a good description. So probably it can be a consideration for the 3D model later when they start to model the paw, or like the foot area. This is good. This one is also kind of good, but because it's kind of vague if you put it like that. Like tongue is used to detect taste and aid in sense of smell. Because that's not visual, right? Like the sense that you being describing here is not visual at all. You might want to like add more information to that. So the tongue is used to detect taste and aid in sense of smell. So, and then after that, you add like some visual guidance as well. Like, so it will wag to the left and the right, so, describe the movements probably. That's the thing that, 3D modelers or like animators can work with. Because if you just like, oh, in the sense of smell, I'm like, how do I animate smell? You get what I mean, right? So, yeah. Teeth regenerate when lost. This is good. This is very physical. This is very visual. Maybe you just want to, give a drawing like an example of like teeth that's, popping off, something like that. This one, like eye area detailed. No shit. Sorry. Joking. Don't kill me. Like, doesn't have to be. Like it's not necessary. It's not needed. I mean, obviously, like very detailed. But if you want to add a note on top of it so the modelers can know better, maybe you can just put it, please make sure that the eye area is detailed and this is the detailed references. Make it complete. Yep. Claw extends a bit to slash or grip. Makes sense. This is a really good character sheet. So description is something. We're visual, we're artists, we need to be able to show things visually. So yeah. And now we have like the ecology and everything. My God, this is complete. This is more of a Zahib's work. I know for sure this dude be making a lot of like good UI. Like, believe it or not, that Zahib dude over there, he's a really good UI artist. So yeah, and I like the categorization of things, like like information on the eggs, and then you have like the size references. So that's why. This is like coloration as well. It's nice, and put like all the color references in here. Play around with cheetahs. I don't know what the fuck this is, but this is like a funky ass lizard. I like it. Oh, perfect. This is a good sheet. Pun intended. Yeah, but this is really nice. My God, Mr. Ty Porter, awesome work. My God, I like this. I know. Movements, man, like movement references. What the fuck? That's underused. Not a lot of people using that. We might have to have a movement like that again. I don't know if you guys looking at this. I might use it myself. Like later if I'm drawing something like movements. Why I don't think about that anymore? This is OG. So yep, you guys might want to add that, like the action sheet. This is really helpful for the animators, guys. Like this is what animators want. So yeah, well, more than this, obviously, but still, this is really good. Can finish opponent with a fatal bite to the face or throat. Now that's graphic. Hip twist and rear feet pivot as weight shift to each direction. Nothing to add here, Ty. Nothing to add from me. And this is little what you call it, references from those African big cats, right? So, and there's like a pride as well. Yeesh. Man, it's supposed to be like a educational book. And then you put your reference board. Nice. Okay, cool. This is really good. Your description technique, your description way is perfect. And thank you for sharing this with us. And I know for sure, at least me, I learn a lot from this one. And I made like a lot of mental notes right now. I need to make sure that I mention this to my students or like myself, in the future. So, yeah, this is something. The only thing that I want you to fix a little bit, because you probably busy making all of this descriptions, you forgot to like, play with your angles on this one. So I don't know. Yeah, Ty, on the final render, perspective. That's your friend. That's your best friend. Framing and perspective. All right. So good luck on the next one. Whew, man. I thought nothing can surprise me anymore. My God. All right. So I'm gonna guess it's going to be like kind of the same with the weapon as well. Like the way how Ty is like, what you call it, explain it. Yes. Options of the looks, the type of the swords. Now he's started going crazy about it. Like, oh, this is like a trigger squeeze to ignite heat elements. Like blah blah blah. Oh my God. He even have like the Allen. Good work, man. No, this is what I call above and beyond when it comes to serving your design. But yeah, a lot of like really good points that you guys can actually learn from this one if you haven't done this before. If you did, probably you might want to check your old works as well, and probably find something that can be fixed. Yep. Okay, it's typorter.artstation.com. Give him a visit. Give him a visit. So I'm just going to drag it over here. typorter.artstation.com. Cool. Let's see. Plains Drake, Mountain Drake. Okay, so probably this is in the same series and stuff. Oh god damn. Nice. See, like basically same. So what do it tell us about everything? Consistency. Thai have consistency and it's good. You know? Maybe it's not as full as the other one, the Plains Drake, but when it comes to like how he presented, it's really, really doing a great job. So, thank you, Ty, again. And now we have a Diablo 4 fan art Paladin icons. I don't think Paladin is gonna be there soon enough. But I know. How about this, Zahid? You're the expert on this one, but this is proper, yeah. I just love when it comes to like making UIs. It's the readability, because icons it's not about just making like beautiful drawings and everything. You need to understand those, because the space is very limited, the size is very limited. So icon, it really needs like a special treatment. You need to be, I don't, good at like symbology, logo types and stuff like that. So that, which sadly I'm not. But yeah, but like I made icons, back in the day, but not not nearly as good as this. So yeah, like, and they have like he got like a description as well, and the icons when it was like like not lit, for example. The compositions of ID icon is nice, and this is the what you call it, like that he tried, like the possibilities of the icons. It's a good one. Yep. This is just too good. This is too good. And then let's see if we can do something on this one. So I'm gonna show you something. You guys saw something as well when it comes to like iconography. Like I made this. This is mine. Like back in the day. But when it comes to iconography, we need to be able to make sure that the the viewers understand what we're trying to do. It needs to be related. Well, this is not like icons or like the ability skills icon, but this is an achievement icon, for example. It needs to be able to tell the story about that, like what kind of achievement is that, without being too descripting it too many with text. So yeah, if you guys happen to be like people that love to make this kind of stuff, I think there is a lot of things that you can learn from this. Thank you. All right, so one more from Ty. I don't know which one should I take. The medieval zombie. Like I said, everything is nice, but I want to go with medieval zombie. But medieval zombie doesn't have anything. Oh, I know what it is. Oh my god, you clever devil. There's a lot of like photo bashing on this one. You've been using like a really good elements. It's a good render. And I give you kudos because you're being smart about it. Right? So we as an artist, especially if you're a concept artist and you want to be optimal, try to be a smart artist, not copying, not stealing, no nothing, but referencing is there, just to make sure that your workflow is faster, more proper, and easier. There's nothing wrong with that. So in the end, I mean, that's why like most of the things is up there in the internet. I mean, that's why the AI be grabbing our stuff and stuff because hey, it's there already. Who's to blame? You. Oh, I'm kidding. No. I mean, but it was there. It's there up for grabs. I mean, if those machines be learning it, then because it's there. So why not you use it? But use it smart. Make it yours. Credits people and just do your best to make sure that your presentation is what you intended. All right. So I think that's from Ty, and if you want to see more of his work, it's typorter.artstation.com. And now, because well, the time is running out, and I'm sure you guys want to use your time to chill as well, we need to move on with the last one. We got Theodore Fransson. All right, there we go. Boop. There we go. Theodore is, I don't know. I think Theodore is also one of a person that's joining our school. That's my best. I don't know. I might be wrong. But yeah, I'm judging right now. Theodore like a student. Sorry, Theodore. All right, cool. So because I'm not judging because like I saw like game project, personal project, like usually the one that's include game project and everything is her student. So might be wrong. Okay, let's see. We go with the personal project, right? So this is what he made like along the way. No, it's an animation. Animation. Ooh, a lot of stuff. I think Theodore is an animator. That we'll see. But again, Theodore, if you see this later or now, fix your thumbnail, man. Like you want people to know what you are actually working. Like of course, like when you mouse over this, you have like this thing. But nah, right? Not everyone wants to mouse over. People just want to see like what's this. So make your thumbnail better. Present it nicely so people will know what's actually inside. All right. Again, just an input. You can do it or you don't. But ooh, look at this. Look at here. It's like Mr. Fantastic flying. What's it? A dope animation. Okay, this is just like different renderings of stuff basically, but yeah. My gosh, nice, nice, nice. You know, I've been like ahead of education for like animation and VFX education in future games, and I always like envy with my students. They can actually do things like this because well, if it's me, I definitely cannot. So I don't know. Kudos for this one, man. I think you're going to be good with us later. This is like the same stuff, but no movement. It's just mostly the character. Dudes be like floating in hyperdrive. Okay, but you know, showing your work as well here, like how you block out the character, how you actually sculpt. So you sculpt, you model, and you animate. Kudos. Nice. Man, I think that's why you got accepted in our school, right? Joke aside, Naya. You're good. You got good bones, Theodore. Oh, I see. Theodore was from Playground Squad. Wink, wink. You're good. Oh, that's nice. There'd be like some TikTok looking presentation. Tell you what, Theodore. Your, what you call it? Your ability to take references is very good. I can't tell you that much. And thank you for showing this, by the way. Because this is what we need more as an artist, to be able to reference, to read what the reference are, you know, to translate those references into our work. So if we're not strong enough, usually the result is not going to be nice. But if you learn a lot from real world scenario or examples, it will help along the way. And I see it here that, you know, by maybe doom scrolling too much, you learn this ability, and I salute you and make me wants to follow up. And hey, Reiner, like the animation are so smooth, coupled with such competent and amazing art direction. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you. But again, this is about, you know, how you actually play with your references and take it nicely, make it yours. So yeah, I hope this can be like something for us all to learn. Thank you. And this dude be like, oh, they're like doing backflip and everything. Ah, I can already see what's wrong with this one. The weight. I don't feel it. Nitpicky. But hey, teacher, I want you guys to look to be better, of course. So that's why. All right, cool. And this all are like personal projects. My God. Ooh, walk cycles be good. Nice. The jump. The idle. You hand key all of this. All right. Good work. Okay, if you want to check more of like Theo's work, he can be found like at theofranson.artstation.com. So yeah. Exactly. See, right? You like Sahib is agreeing with me. Yep. I agree with you, Manoj. Like I think this is gonna be something. Oh, look at this! Like now this is like in a different level. Now this girl can move, doing some backflip shit. Look at this. Ooh, that's some ninja shit. Ooh, man, I think you gotta be like that one that actually shine on game projects. And okay, start to charge your teammates later for, you know, some kudos. But yeah, all right. But that's that. Thank you so much. So if you guys want to check like more of his work, you can find him like at artstation.com/Theo Franson. Yep. So with that, that will close our portfolio reviews. Well, our portfolio chat for today. Whew. No, he's kidding. He's kidding. But yeah, I want to thank you so much for this. Like you guys being here and that's just talking and telling me what's in your mind is humbling me, man. Like I really appreciate it. And I wish I can do more of this again and again and again. So please spread out the good words. Because hopefully all of these small talks and the jokes that we've been doing tonight, is helping in somehow. I know this is not like, a heavy level type of like conversation or like, courses. It's not that. It's just us, right? Artists or like people that want to better themselves in general. So why not? Thank you for giving and thank you for sharing. And yeah, sometimes I'm too straightforward. Yeah, of course. There was a question I had about the school in general. Yeah, sure. Send me a message and I will let you know. Because, well, I'm working in a school, but still, hopefully I can speak freely on this one. But yeah, feel free to let me know, Mo. Like I'm always open. You know my contacts and everything. You're on my server. Yeah. When I go to the website, there's a second that says study online, but when I click it, this doesn't really take me anywhere. If the school plans to have online classes sometimes in the future? Yes. For future games, there is in fact there is already a course that's fully online. That course is actually under my responsibility, which is the UX game and UX designer class. That class for the 25 this fall is going to be fully online. But I haven't heard about like other courses like game artist or game design. I haven't heard about that. But if I know something about that, yeah, well, probably you'll be the one that know about that from me. So hopefully, if it's running well, we almost have an online game artist. Almost is the keywords, but we decide to not follow through with that one because, well, it's a little bit, complex to manage it, right? But we'll see because it will be fun, definitely, and I'm up for like doing that actually. Well, if the school choose to do it in the future, I'm gonna make sure that I'm taking care of that one. Yeah, but currently I'm working with the UX and game designer in Sweden, and I'm working with the game artist education in Warsaw. So it's for the international students that probably don't want to be in Sweden, just want to be like in Warsaw. But hey, we'll be having a lot of that changes in the future as well. So yeah, again, thank you so much for having me, for being here. And Sahib, man, thank you for the support, the moral support. I appreciate it. More power with your work, man. Like seriously. And everyone else, hope I will see you. Please share this event with like other people so I have more people to talk with the next time I'm running this. All right? Cool. I wish you guys like a really good weekend. Rest well. Monday start doing some stuff again, work or no work or doing something. Make yourself better. You know, more better and better every day. All right. I'll see you later and you have a good one. Salam. Peace.